Hi everybody, my name is Ray Baker, also known as Wondersmith_Ray, and I'm back again with another OSINT video. So this time I want to talk about maritime OSINT, and more specifically the key identifiers for vessels. So I do a lot of maritime open source intelligence research, and I get quite a few questions on how can I identify a vessel quickly and accurately. So I thought I would make a quick video on the top 5 ways that I kind of quickly identify vessels, and we'll just jump right into it. The first is vessel type. So this is the specific type of vessel, and I find it easier to think about a lot of these in terms of cars because people are used to that. So if we think about this in terms of a car or a vehicle, we have a car, we have a truck, we have a van. These are all types of vehicles. And if you go one step further, you might have a Chevy truck. And if you take it one level deeper, you have a Chevy Tahoe truck. So vessels work kind of the same way. You have very specific types of cargo ship or tanker. And once you figure these out, which you can do through Google searching or finding lists of fleets, it becomes much easier to search and find the very specific vessel you are looking for. The second is vessel name. This is just the name of the vessel. If you've ever owned a boat, you know you can just name your vessel whatever you like. Big ships works the same way. You can name your vessel. Often they are named through some sort of naming convention that a company holds. So if you think back to the Suez Canal, and when the Ever Given got stuck in the Suez Canal, the company that owned is Evergreen, and the ship's name is Ever Given, and a lot of their ships are named with that naming convention that has Ever in the front of it. So once you know that, it's very easy to, again, enumerate their entire fleet, or even just kind of guess if a ship is the one that you're looking for. Now before I get into the third, I want to do a quick crash course on the Automatic Identification System, or AIS, system on the ship. So if you've been following maritime at all, you've probably heard of AIS. I just kind of wanted to talk about what it was so that the rest of the tips make sense. So the AIS on the ship is the system that pings out data to GPS and satellite. It transmits things like the position of the ship's identification, and some other information. So this is used by people on the shore to make sure the ship is safe, and also between ships to make sure that they don't crash into each other. But for us, it's very cool because we get to use that to track the vessels. So if you've ever used a site like Marine Traffic or Vessel Finder, that's what they're using. They're using the AIS to track these specific vessels and their movements and their weight and things like that they're providing to us, the analysts. Knowing that there's an AIS system on board, my third way to identify a vessel is through the MMSI number, or MMSI number. This is the Maritime Mobile Service Identity Number, and this is a 9-digit number that is assigned to a vessel's AIS unit. So the unit on there has a number. Going back to cars, you can kind of think of this like a license plate, or maybe even a cell phone number, or like a serial number on the back of your laptop. It is that unit's specific number. This is a good way to identify ships. It narrows the focus down a little bit. The tricky part is MMSI numbers change. Just like your cell phone number can change, an MMSI number can change. While the MMSI number is good to have, and oftentimes does lead you directly to the vessel, it's not verifiable. You need to layer these things on top of each other. If the name matches, if the MMSI number matches, if it looks the same, then you can verify. So moving on to the fourth, this is my favorite, the International Maritime Organization, or IMO number. The IMO number is cool because unlike the MMSI number, it does not change. So this number is a unique 7-digit number that is registered with the IMO, and it is required for ships over 100 tons. So again, using our car analogy, this would be the registration number of your car, or the VIN number. The VIN number is printed on the inside of your car door, so it follows your car wherever it goes. It's never going to change. The same is for the IMO number. It should not change. You can use the IMO number as a more verifiable way to identify a vessel, especially if you have the name and the MMSI number with that. You can find a ship that way. The fifth and final is the flagging of the vessel. Each vessel has a flag, a country that it is registered with, and this represents the nationality of the ship. And it is assumed that that country controls that ship. they follow the laws, the taxes, all of that. This is not always the case. Often ships fly under what we call a flag of convenience, and what this means is that for tax breaks and money purposes, they will operate under a flag of another country than its home country. So if it's a US cruise ship, it might register in Panama in order to save money on taxes, and this happens all the time, and it makes it a little bit harder to track by flag. But again, by layering these identification tricks, it becomes much easier to find the vessel you're looking for. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 vessel identifiers for maritime OSINT research. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you want some more maritime videos, because I'm happy to make them. I love talking about maritime. My name is Ray Baker. Thank you for deep diving into OSINT with me.